Hey, welcome back, and it's time for another staircase update. We got some good news and some not so good news, I guess. I don't know. Um, Getting there, making progress. So, good news is the bottom set of stairs here, they are phenomenal. I have a stud located behind each one of the risers. Now, I didn't do this last riser here because, quite frankly, you can't get in there. So before I put this tread on here, I went ahead and put a stud behind this riser. So that's still plenty strong whenever you walk in this. I mean, there's no creaks and moans and groans, nothing. All right, so that's exactly what we're looking for. And some other good news here is you see that ragged edge we got there along the wall. I wanted to show you this. This is our shoe molding. Let's get it up here. Kind of get it, put in place. So what the look we're looking for is this right here. This is what we're looking for. We're going to cover that edge up. So it's going to trim that out all the way up. You can see right here where whenever I put the treads in, I scuff that. That's okay. I figured that was going to happen, and we can sand it down a little bit. Put a couple coats of fresh paint on that. We can brush that in. It'll blend in real easy. The thought of trying to cut around these stairs and everything, that was pretty distasteful. So we'll just pat it. We'll just clean that up a little bit and paint it, and have some quarter round, half-inch quarter round that's going to go down and over, cover up all those seams. So that is good. And not so good news is that we really couldn't save the flooring that was up there. The problem is the same we had with the stair treads. Some of the material was starting to flake away, and just to get through all the layers of paint and everything, what would have happened is the bull nose up here on this step up onto this first platform, it would have been a different color than the stairs. So I wasn't really willing to do that. I want this to be consistent all the way up. So what we did is picked up some let's see here. I'll show you here. This is actually tongue and groove. They call it like a ceiling, like stuff for ceiling, or like wall planks. I think wall planks is what they call it. And it's beaded on one side. You can see the bead detail right there. And it's flat on the other. So yeah, with the thickness and everything, we're doing good. So yeah, kind of matches the stairs. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, to create the bull nose here, to make it look like a stair tread, because this stuff is only like 3/4 of an inch thick, but you see I have it built up on one side. So what I had to do is I cut this to rough length, about 36 inches. Then took another piece and ripped it long ways, about 1 1/8 inches, which is the overhang here from this point back to the riser, about 1 1/8 inches, and glued that onto the bottom of the flooring. Okay, makeshift flooring. So after I left that overnight, I went back and used an old piece of the stair tread as a guide for my table saw. Set this side up against the table saw fence. The blade is on this side. Cut it to thickness. Very simple. After that, we took a 1/2 inch roundover bit. Again, we used the stair tread to set up the roundover bit with the router. And then we made 2 passes, one on this side, one on this side, and that gave us our bull nose for the landing up here. And if you look at this, I'm going to try and get this around here. This is 2 pieces of wood, and you really cannot exactly, if I can get this focused, get in there. Let me try and get this focused a little bit here. Let's move this down here. There we go. You cannot see that that's 2 pieces of wood. You can't. Now it still needs a little sanding here. You can see a little bit of a line here, a little bit of a line where the router was riding, you know, the bearing on the router. We can sand that off a little bit. It won't be a problem. And if you notice on the end here, where it's glued together, I tried getting the grain where the grain was in the same direction. Did a pretty good job with that, if I don't mind saying so myself. That helps hide everything, you know, hide our line. And just take a look at that. From years of watching the New Yankee Workshop, that finally paid off all those years. So yeah, that's not my system. I learned that on TV. Pretty awesome. So anyway, we got it notched out here, and that's going to sit on there like that. I did have to put a little filler piece in because this riser didn't quite go up to the level of this platform here. So I put a little riser in there just to bring it up high enough, and that's going to set in like that. Now we're going to have some glue assist on this, and we're going to toenail it in this way. All right, but I want to show you what we're going to do for hardware for attaching this. So if we come over here, if you see where I put this stuff, here we go. In the kitchen, we're going to use, not that one, yeah, that one. Yeah, there's a couple different ones in here. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to screw this down. All right. We got these little trim screws. They have a real small head on them. This one here happens to be a square drive. There's some Phillips head ones in here too, I think. If I can find one. Here's a Phillips head there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these trim screws to actually screw that down. Again, we're going for a squeak-free floor. Now, I was a little worried, you know, because these do not have a self-drilling tip. They'll drill into wood just fine. That's fine. That's not a problem. But they don't have a self-drilling tip. So I'll pre-drill each hole, and just pre-drill the flooring part of the hole, and then it can dig into the floor joist up there to you know, screw in nice and tight. So I want a nice tight fit there. So this is what we're going to use to attach the flooring. And this is my other one I built. This is for the step up landing. You see we got, well, the grain's going in opposite directions there. No, wait a minute, a little bit, kinda. Yeah, not too bad. And again, you cannot see where that seam is. Wish my camera would focus. Come on now. There we go. Okay. I mean, maybe if you look really close, really close. Come on, focus. You get the idea. All right. So anyway, yeah, it cost a little bit. This is about 35.5 inches. The local Lowe's right down the road, they only had 8-footers available, so I had to drive an extra 12 miles to a different Lowe's, and they had some 12-footers. So we were trying to be very efficient with our use of materials. So of course, 8-footers, I would only get 2, and I'd have about 2 feet of waste at the end. So by getting 12-footers, I can cut them all about 36 inches long, trim the final length, which is about 35.5, and then we don't get any waste as we go back up through. So I'll be straightening out the insulation and everything there as we go. So try to do another video after we get this platform done, and then get the riser up and get that platform done. And then of course we still have the upper set of stairs to go, and we have to put the newel post in, and all the balusters. So hopefully you tune back in for that. So things are progressing quite nicely. I'll probably just urethane these in place is what I'm thinking. I thought about taking and putting the urethane on and then cutting them size and putting them in, that I'm afraid they might get scuffed or something, just handling them and using the tools and everything. So once that's in place, I'll get a lamb's wool applicator and I'll wipe on there, and I'll probably mask this bottom part off, mask that off, and then just wipe the urethane on, start up with the upper side and work my way down. And 3 good coats of urethane like we did on the stairs should should protect that quite nicely. These are, I think these are yellow, southern yellow pine, which is very durable. So yeah, we're doing good, doing good. Found out about only about, well, about 85% of the people that watch the content on this channel are not subscribed. So if you like what you see in here and you want to see more, you know what to do. Hit the button. Literally, hit it, smash it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.